Okay, I think we are recording.
Hmm.
So, welcome everyone. This is Dylan. My name is Dylan from H2O Escapes. I am here today with Stephanie from Celestial Cruises. We are here to talk about the product and what makes them special in the industry. For you guys who don't know, I am a travel agent located in Ontario, Canada. I book cruises for people in Canada, North America, around the world to go out and get adventures. I do run a Facebook group called Cruise Ships Tips, Tricks, Reviews, and Planning for Canadians. Everyone's welcome, but I do normally post prices in Canadian dollars. And I try to get on individuals here like Steph to come in and talk about their brands and what makes them so special. So, hi, Steph. How are you doing today?
I'm great, Dylan. Thank you so much for inviting me today.
No problem. Thanks for coming. Steph has prepared us a presentation, a couple videos, and we're going to talk about Celestial Cruises. So, for you who do not know, Celestial Cruises is a brand over more towards the Mediterranean on that side of the world, and she's going to go through stuff today about who is Celestial, what their brand stands for, how many ships they have, where they set sail. What they do with their ships in the wintertime, right? Because normally they're up in the Greek islands, and then what happens during the ships during the winter. And we're going to talk about how Celestial Cruises is different as far as what's included with your cruise fare. And they have a big anniversary coming up, and she's going to talk about that. Steph, yeah, introduce yourself and go from there.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Dylan. I'm Stephanie McDonald. I'm the training and development manager for Celestial, as well as a business development manager for all of Canada. So I've been with Celestial for just over 2 years now, but prior to that, I was a BDM for another company for, oh my goodness, over 20 years. So I've been in the industry for a while, and the changeover to Celestial for me was a big change, going from a big brand to a small brand. But I'll tell you, it really is such a nice change because this product is so focused on the destinations. In fact, actually, before I talk more about the product, I'm going to start with a little video to get you a little bit excited about Celestial. So let's start with that video. Oh, I'm not sure why that stopped, but that's okay. Oh,
Oh, no,
my
I just started
apologies for
again.
that. So weird how that started. But anyway, technical difficulties there. So, who is Celestial? Well, we are a Greek owned and operated cruise line. We've actually been around for quite some time, but we rebranded to the name Celestyal Cruises about 10 years ago. So, we offer a boutique fleet of smaller ships. We have two vessels that we've actually recently replaced. So, we've acquired some new to us vessels that I will show you in a moment, but it really is about having a more boutique, smaller, intimate ship. We have a deep regional expertise. When you're thinking about Greece, who better to show you Greece than somebody that's Greek, right? But it's not the only destination that we go to. We are expanding on to even more destinations, which you might have recognized a bit in the video that we just showed as well. With us, it's all about the destination and keeping you in port as long as possible. So we rarely have days at sea, and we are more often than not the last ship that's going to be in port. We really, like I said, want to emphasize and maximize that amount of time, especially when you're thinking about Europe. A lot of the European culture is in that nightlife. And if you sail super early, you're missing out on so much of that. So speaking of sailing, we've got two vessels. So the first one, it's called the Celestial Discovery. She does her 3 and 4 night cruises. And you might think, I'm not going to go on and do a 3 or 4 night cruise. Well, probably not, but you may be going over to Europe. Maybe you're spending 2 weeks and you want to do a bit of the Greek islands, but you don't necessarily have 7 nights to dedicate to it. The 3 and 4 nights here are a really good option to do that with. So smaller vessels, 42,000 tons, just shy of 1,400 guests on board as well. And so again, a new to us vessel that we acquired and put significant amount of monies into bringing her really up to standard with what our North American guests would want. And I've been on board the Discovery. She's absolutely gorgeous. Most of the time, though, from North America, we'll be looking at our 7 night product on board the Celestial Journey. So this ship is incredible. She's 55,000 tons, holds 1,260 guests at double occupancy, and just less than 600 crew on board. So we've got a significant amount more balconies than we have had previously on the ship. So that was one of the things really excited about, as most of us in North America like those balconies. Once you're in a balcony, it's really hard to go to anything else. So again, a new to us vessel that we acquired about 2 years ago. The company that had her previous had put about 40 million into refitting the ship right before the pandemic. Bad for them, really good for us, because the ship is incredible. And of course, she does go in for regular updates with us as well. But you know what? Let me show you a video of the ship specifically. It'll give us a much better idea of how incredible this vessel is.
That song's gonna be stuck in my head all day.
She's a beautiful ship, eh? I'm not sure if you caught two things on that video, Dylan. Did you notice that some of the bar staff are doing some magic?
Yeah, I saw the magic, and then I don't know, those sugar wafers, whatever those in some of those cups. They look like pretty fancy drinks.
So
I like a fruity drink. I'd be 100%. That would be my jam.
So that's actually from our alchemy menu. We've recently won an award for our cocktails on board. And so that's something we're pretty proud of. It was our first North American award as well. And then with the magic, most of our bar staff are also magicians. And so they do a little bit of magic when you're waiting for your drink, and they also put on a magic show through the cruise. So it is a lot of fun, just something a little extra added on, and it just adds to that experience. But it's not about the ship with us. It truly is about the itineraries. And so in the Mediterranean, we really have four main itineraries. So I was saying before on the Discovery, we have our 3 and 4 night cruises, and they're jam packed with 2 ports of call every day. So like you would leave from the port of Athens, the port there is called Lavrion, and that afternoon you're in Mykonos. The next day you're in Kushadasi in the morning and Patmos in the evening. And then the next day you're Crete in the morning, and then Santorini in the evening. So very, very jam packed on the 3 and 4 night. But again, most of us in North America are probably going to be doing the 7 nights. So we have our heavenly Greece, Italy, Croatia, and Montenegro that we do in the beginning and the end of the season. And right in the heart of summer, we have 3 itineraries that are Venice, Croatia, Greece, and Montenegro. And then our core product which is our idyllic Greece. But I'm actually going to show you the exact itinerary so that you can see just how jam-packed this is, how much you're getting in this 7-day cruise. So our Saturday to Saturday departures on the journey leave out of the port of Piraeus. From the Athens downtown core, where the Acropolis is, it's about 20 minutes away to get to Piraeus. On this itinerary, we leave at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. The next day, we're in Kefalonia. Then we're going to be in Dubrovnik, where we're going to sail at 2:30 in the morning, so you have a chance to see the medieval walled city all beautifully lit up. We've got Kotor, Montenegro, Bari, Italy, Corfu, Greece, Katakolo, Greece, ending this 7-day cruise back in Athens. This is going to be April, May, October, and November. And then in the summertime, there's 3 dates that we do. This one you do CC days, but it's our heavenly Venice, Greece, and Croatia. So it's Athens, a day at sea, Kotor, Montenegro, Split, Croatia, Venice, Italy, day at sea, Katakolo, back to Athens. Now, the thing that really stands out on this port or this itinerary is Venice. Cruise ships can't go into Venice anymore. So the size of your ship makes a significant difference because we are 55,000 tons. We are able to dock in the port of Marghera, which is a quick 20-minute water taxi ride over to Venice, as opposed to larger ships that need to be in places like Ravenna, that's a good 2.5 hours away. So we're saving a lot with that. And then our core product is our idyllic Greece. So this one you could do as a back-to-back with the other ones I just mentioned if 7 days just simply isn't long enough. But this one, it's Athens, and then we've got Kushadasi, we've got a whole day in Rhodes, a whole day in Crete, and then we're in Santorini until 10 o'clock at night, and we're in the port of Mykonos until 2 a.m. So 2 key ports that you really want to experience a bit of the nightlife, the last port being Milos, and then ending the cruise back in Athens. So super jam-packed with a port every single day and maximizing the time. But guess what? The Greek islands are too cold in the wintertime, so we have to head elsewhere. And this past year, we sent the journey over to the Arabian Gulf to do some desert cruises. It went incredibly well. We're actually going to be sending both of our ships over next year. So we have our desert days and our Gulf icons. The Gulf icons is essentially the iconic Arabia back to back together for those guests that don't want to do 3 or 4 nights. But it's an incredible cruise out of Doha, Qatar, sailing on Saturday to Saturday. So we do Doha, a day at sea, and then we have 2 full days in Dubai, Surbaniya's Island, Abu Dhabi, Bahrain, ending the cruise in Doha. I did this one in December. I didn't really know what to expect, but I will tell you, I was incredibly blown away. The beauty of this part of the world, how safe it is, how clean it is, and just how incredible. I would recommend anybody to go and visit this destination. And then the other ship, the Discovery, will do 3 and 4 night, which technically is combined as a 7 out of Abu Dhabi. So there's a lot of options for you if this is a part of the world that you wanted to go into. You could fly into either Dubai, Abu Dhabi, or Doha. We've got a cruise out of different destinations, and Abu Dhabi to Doha is only about a 90-minute drive. Okay. So those are the itineraries that Celestyal has, and I'm sure we'll be expanding onto those. But what do you get when you book a Celestyal cruise? So regardless of what stateroom that you are in, everybody receives what we call Celestyal One. So of course, all your meals are included, your breakfast, lunch, and dinner, as well as we have the Greek deli up on the pool deck and the pizza oven that's complimentary. We have gyros and souvlaki and even a Greek poutine, which at first I was a little skeptical about. It's instead of cheese curds, it's made with feta cheese. It's actually really good. So maybe try it if you like poutine. But then of course your coffee, water, tea, that kind of stuff is included. There's pop, port at lunch and dinner time. Complimentary Wi-Fi for everybody. And that was a resounding thing. We found out that that's what our guests really want is Wi-Fi. So everybody's got complimentary Wi-Fi. And then your onboard activities, as well as your port charges and gratuities are included. So that's Celestyal One. With your onboard account, we have something called Celestyal Pay. And what this means is that you can put down monies onto your account prior to getting on board, and you will get an extra bonus with that. So let's say you put down 100 euros onto your onboard account that you're going to spend on the ship. You're going to get an extra 15 euros. You put down 750, you're going to get an extra 175. It's really entirely up to you. Or you can just do it a la carte. It's entirely up to what it is that you would like to do. Okay. So lastly, we are celebrating our 10-year anniversary this year. So we've got a lot of great things that are going on. Definitely make sure that you reach out to Dylan for what the latest promotion is going to be, everybody, because he'll know exactly what we've got going on. But I'll end it with a quick video about our 10-year before we continue.
never get enough. That summer feeling rough. Ooh, me and my friends dancing till we drop, and the good times don't stop.
So at Celestial, we like to say, well, you just have to be there, and hopefully we will be able to welcome you one day to sail with us.
Perfect. I like that. It was a good presentation. I got a couple quick questions if you don't mind, Steph.
Sure.
Majority of the people watching this video are Canadian, maybe some Americans watching too. So I see all the onboard credit stuff's done in euros. Can you book in Canadian funds, USD funds, or is everything booked in euros?
So everything in North America is in US dollars at the moment. I'm working on getting us Canadian. When I can get that, I'll let everybody know. But
Yep.
I'm certainly trying. At the moment, it is US funding. And then once you're on board, because we are a European company, everything on board with us is in euros. Obviously, once you land in Greece, you're going to be in euros. Even when we're in the Arabian Gulf, everything is going to be euros. I will say, having been to the Arabian Gulf, however, in the destination, they really liked US currency as opposed to euros in destination. So, I mean, it varies depending on, but on board with us, it's always going to be in euros.
Okay, that's good. Now I was just thinking in my head. So, someone from Canada flies over, and they're going to go to Greece, going to Athens to do one said the 7 day cruise. Do much or any of the sailings from the 3 and 4 day line up where you could hop off a 7 day and hop onto a 3 and 4 if they want to extend their trip?
You could, except that, so the port of Lavrion is about 30 kilometers away from the airport in Athens. That's where our 3 and 4 night stops, but there is one that stops on Friday, and our 7 night is in the port of Piraeus, which is probably about 45 minutes away.
Okay.
But it's between the airport, and so you have to go towards the airport and then back over now to Piraeus. Excuse me. And from there, you would go on Saturday and do a 7 night. So you could technically, with one night overlapping,
Awesome.
maybe in downtown Athens by the Acropolis in the Plaka area if you wanted to.
Okay, yep, that's a good thing just because it gives you two different areas and maybe different islands. And the last thing I just had written down here, do you guys offer any sort of loyalty program if you have guests come multi times?
Not at the moment, we're definitely going to be, but up until this past year, we only had one destination, one itinerary. So now
Right.
that we're expanding out to the destinations, it definitely makes sense. We will be coming up with a loyalty program, but not just yet.
Perfect. Yeah, so thank you very much for all this information given us today. It's very much helpful. A big thing, if anyone noticed right now with the political situations, it is a Greek-owned and operated company. So you do with what you want with that, but it is, if you're looking for alternatives out there to spend your money and travel the world, this is really a great option. I think you should check it out, and hopefully I can get on the ship one day soon. So,
We'd love to
Steph,
have you.
yeah, thanks. So unless you have anything else, we're good for today, and we can call it there.
Awesome. Thank you, everyone, and have a wonderful day.
Thank you. Contact me with here's my information on the screen. Bye.
Okay, one sec. And stop. I had a pop-up